and we also have Ram Kumarji, the president of AIC. So we will go live now. Thank you so much for joining. Here we have President Ram Kumarji.
Good evening, Jai Bhim, and welcome everyone. It is a historic day for us. 14th October 2023 will be the day in the history that will be remembered, as the Statue of Equality was not only established but the announcement of arrival of Baba Saheb as an institution here. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Ambedkarite activists, you know, inequality, injustice for everyone is not only the problem in India or the South Asian subcontinent. It's a global issue, it's a global problem. And Baba Saheb's vision, philosophy, and the way how to handle it is a written testament that how the justice equality can be ensured. He has shown it, writing the provisions in the Indian Constitution and drafting the way how to handle it. And we are here because of the same effort, same commitment, and the proof of Baba Saheb's vision. We want to establish it not only in USA, but we expect it will go everywhere in the world the way we started it here in Maryland. So I welcome you to enjoy the event. The program is full of speeches, cultural events, food, fun, and lot of talks from and coordination from different organizations. So please enjoy the day, and over to you, sir.
Mike, please. Thank you so much, so here is the statue that we are going to unveil in some time. As you can see, the preparation has already been made. Despite it's raining, almost everyone who was invited and wanted to join, everybody is here. The rain cannot stop this event, so we are live here. Here is all the preparation that people have done, and we are super excited for this event. Here is the statue. We will unveil in some time. I'm going to show you all the people who have gathered here from across the globe. So please stay with us. This is a historic moment, and here is the AIC logo. Thanks to AIC, it is a tremendous for all of us. This is the first largest statue that is already installed outside India, especially in US. It is really an achievement for all the people. So we are going to attend. Here you can see all the people still coming in, and they're registering. It is fully packed. The people across the globe have gathered here, and we are going to the stage now. We will start the program shortly. Okay, I'm just heading to the stage. Jai Bhim. As you can see, the people from all the age groups, from all the religions, from all across the globe, they are here. The people have come here from all across US, even crossing borders. Everyone is here. We are just getting prepared here. You can see the crowd that has gathered here. It is truly remarkable how much people have traveled, how much people have contributed here to be part of this historic event. We are going to start the program very soon.
Please be seated. Please.
Yeah.
We're about to start the program.
Yes. As you can hear, the announcement says we are about to start the program. Please stay with us.
Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. Jai Bhim, everyone. Jai Bhim.
Jai-
Give me some more. Jai Bhim. Jai Bhim. Morning, everyone. The program is about to start. Actually, I've started the program. Grab your seats. Guys at the back, please grab your seats. I am Mahesh Gurmati. I'll be your MC for most of the talk today. And I'm glad to be here.
उनके पास
I welcome you all to Unveiling event of today. This is going to be a historic event. What is that?
Donuts are in the back, and donuts are in the back. Later on, you can announce donuts because we could miss the breakfast.
ठीक है वो जो खा लेंगे. So we have exciting program all lined up today, and I'm glad that people from various states and countries are here. And with that being said, it's 11:01. I'm going to quickly give the rundown of the program. The program till 12, around 12 o'clock. Once the unveiling is done, we are going to move over to the hall, which is Grace's Hall. The address, we'll give you the address. Rest of the program will be at Grace's Hall. And the Grace's Event Center, if you can make a note of it, it's 4045 Runner Road, Waldorf, Maryland. I repeat, it's 4045 Runner Road, Waldorf, Maryland. So once the unveiling program is done here around 12 o'clock, 12:30, we are going to move it, rest of the event to the hall, Grace's Event Hall.
You have to announce it one more time and let people get settled down because they're still talking a lot. So I don't know if they have.
I can't help it. I've been already 5 times. I've already.
अभी याद है कि if you are
All right, everyone, please settle down, please. All kids, all the kids, why don't you control adults here? We are behaving like kids here. Please, morning. Can we take our seats, please? Please be seated. Again, please settle down, please. Once again, Jai Bhim, everyone. Jai Bhim. All right, let's get the program started today. I welcome you all again. Please be seated. We're going to have a very good historical event lined up today of unveiling. Again, around 12 to 12:30, we will end unveiling program here, and we are going to move over to Grace's Event Center. To begin the program, I would like to invite Shaswati onto the stage. She is going to speak few words and then take us through the next session of the program. Shaswati.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. For those of you who traveled from overseas, welcome to the U.S. For those of you from other states, welcome to Maryland and the greater I want to take some time today to talk a little bit first about the important and symbolic of what we're doing here today. To tell a little bit about what it means to me personally, and then what it hopefully will mean to the broader community and the world. So first, the importance of symbols. Symbols throughout human history have always been about showing the world that we were here, that we exist, and that we will be here, right? So from the first cavemen to the biggest pillars. And so for us as a community, this statue is very important. It shows that we are here, that we have arrived, and that whoever comes later will see that we were here and that we will be here. For me personally, coming to the US, I was 5 years old, and I remember that I knew who Ambedkar was, and my family visited Columbia University, where Ambedkar had studied at one point, to go see a statue of his. And we found it difficult to find this statue. We looked, we walked all around the campus, and we finally found it in one library, and it was like a small figurehead. But that statue, the small one, had a symbolic value to us. It gave us a connection to this land that we had moved to. And I think this statue, which is much more prominent, which is huge, which is not hard to find, which is right by Washington, D.C., will have even more of a symbolic value, will give our community even more of a connection to this land and to the broader world. And so I want to note how important it is, how momentous it is that we've come here today, that we've gathered, and that we are going to, this is just the beginning, that we're going to unveil this statue and really show that we have arrived. So I welcome you to join me. And I also want to note one thing globally, historically. On this day, Ambedkar, back, in Nagpur, also made a symbolic gesture. He decided to convert to Buddhism. And that was important as a symbolic gesture to break out of this mental mindset of we are oppressed, that we have come into our own, that we have arrived and we're here to do something, change something, make moves. And that is what he did back in 1956. So, and he chose Nagpur because it is the geographic center of India. So similarly, we have chosen this location near Washington, D.C. to make a similar symbol, right? To make a similar point that we are here, that we have arrived, and we're going to make moves. So with that, I would like to welcome Bunty Ji to make a few comments and really tie us back to the core values of what this day means to us for our community, for Ambedkar, and for the Buddhist community as well.
Can you hear me?
No, this is live.
Okay. Please, everyone, close your eyes for a few minutes. Close your eyes. Just to settle down, to relax for a moment. Just quiet. We have more than 6 hours to talk. Just slow down, just sit inside a moment, okay? Just to settle down. And everyone behind the back also. Just for a moment of quietness. Breathe through your nose
and breathe out through your nose. As you're breathing in and out, remind yourself that I'll be okay, I'll be all right, I'll be fine, I'll be safe. I've been blessed with my family, with my friends, with my relatives, and everyone. And as you breathe out, let it go. Anything that bothering you, unnecessary conflict and tense, anything happen, just let it go. Breathe long in breath and slow out breath. One more time. Slow in breath and slow out breath. Okay, can you stay silent for about 5 minutes? I don't need you more than 5 or 6 minutes. Okay? Behind the back people. Namo Buddhaya, Jorvin, and good afternoon. This is the moment. This is our moment. This is your moment. And this is everyone's moment. Finally, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, or Baba Saheb as we dearly call him, is here in Washington, D.C., in America, to give us a hope, to give us a strength, to give us liberation and message of equality. My name is Bante Rewata Dhamma, sometimes I'm known as a nomad monk. So there's a story. I have a friend in Texas, a Laotian monk. And he doesn't know the meaning of nomad. We had a retreat in Hawaii. After 2 years later, we met in Boston, actually earlier this year. He said, don't you get ever angry? Don't you get mad? Because he doesn't understand nomad. Nomad means no angry. No, that's not what I mean. I live my life as a nomadic life every 2 weeks in different places, in different locations, wherever Dhamma needed to plant the seed, I am there. And finally, I am here at AIC to plant the seed of the Dhamma, to plant the message of equality and liberation that we received from the Buddha and also from Baba Saheb. And I'm also the spiritual teacher, so advisor to the AIC. And on behalf of AIC, in this chill morning, I would like to invite everyone for a warm welcome. Thich Nhat Hanh, one of the globally respected Dharma teachers from Vietnam. And he said, if you want to give something, give your present. I repeat, if you want to give something, give your present. So thank you for coming, giving your blessing, your grace, and most importantly, your presence. We're deeply humbled and very grateful for coming. And also, I would like to thank you also, Venerable Naminda from Philadelphia, driving all the way from, I think, probably around 5, 6 o'clock. Despite it was busy in Philadelphia, he's our most senior monk. And now you know me now. If you don't know me, you can look at Facebook, Instagram. My mom's called me cyber monk, techno monk. I have no idea why she calls me. She's also my adopted mom. Okay, she lives in Colorado. Next to me, Bante Nyanarok Kita also. He came through all the way from Texas also to support you, to give you blessing also. And likewise, we have Venerable Bodhi Him also, a Telugu-speaking monk. Currently, he lives in at Washington, I think one of the Sri Lankan temple in Maryland. This is not a religious event. This is a community event. Nonetheless, every event and every occasion in the Buddhist tradition, either religious or cultural event, we begin with a religious note. So this is what we will start with, giving Poncho Shield, also taking the Poncho Shield by the lay Buddhist. As a monk, as a religious teacher, and I will administer the 5 precepts to remind ourselves the basic goodness that we have inherently within ourselves, that we're kind, we're caring, we're compassionate. Those are inherently in ourselves. Somehow it's happened, it contaminated, corrupted by our 6th sense too. For those who are non-Buddhists, I would like to request you to observe to see what we are doing. We don't have to do anything, just see how we are doing. Pankaj, Mohesh, who else? Rupali and Tripti, is it? Okay, Sanjay, कौन? Okay, please आ जाइए आप लोग ऊपर और वहाँ से कर रहे हैं आप लोग अच्छा आ जाइए दूसरे माइक दीजिए उन लोग को है माइक तो 4 है ना जैसे 4 mics so मेरा हिंदी इतना अच्छा नहीं है my Hindi is not so good people in here usually taught me how to speak Hindi within 2 years I've learned very quickly Hindi probably my brain has damage it's on sorry that's a monk's humor you know I don't want to give too intense bring some humor okay आ जाइए हाँ वो लोग 2 mic ओके अच्छा आप रखिए फोकस जी उससे है ओके
On behalf of all the participants here, Bante, we are going to request for Amayachana and Panchashiri Yachana. Okasavandami Bante, Dvarteyam Mayakatam, Sabbaparadam Kamatume Bante, Dutiyam Okasavandami Bante, Dvarteyam Mayakatam, Sabbaparadam Kamatume Bante, Tatiyam Okasavandami Bante, Dvarteyam Mayakatam, Sabbaparadam Kamatume Bante.
Sadhu 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 Yamahang vadabitang vaditha Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranam gacchami
Buddhang saranam gacchami.
Dhammang saranam gacchami
Dhammang saranam gacchami.
Sanghang saranam gacchami
Sangham saranam gacchami.
Tudiyampi buddhang saranam gacchami
Dutayampi buddhang saranam gacchami.
Tudiyampi dhammang saranam gacchami
Dutayampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tudiyampi sanghang saranam gacchami
Dutayampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranam gacchami
Tatiyampi buddhang saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranam gacchami
Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranam gacchami
Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Tisarana dhamanang paripunnang
Aham bande.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinnathana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami
Adinadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kamesu miccacara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami
Kamesu miccacara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami
Musavada
Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Sura Merira Majjapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Sura Mera Majjapamadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Sadhu 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 tisaranena saha panchasilang dhammang sadhukang appamadena silang sampadita.
Anam Bande Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
Dr. Ambedkar was a deeply religious person, at least later in his life. He was a thoughtful Buddhist. His conversion into Buddhism is not just a historical moment, but an inspiration to walk in the path of the Buddha. His conversion into Buddhism was not only the moment of social emancipation from suppression, marginalization, but also revitalization of Buddhism in India in his time, and to create an enlightened society. Thus, we call him Bodhisattva Ambedkar. Bodhisattva is a spiritually heroic person who practices or who sacrifices his life for the welfare of others and social emancipation, which are driven by a great compassion and active kindness. So on behalf of AIC and every Buddhist in this room, I would like to request Venerable monks to offer a blessing and prayer to AIC for prosperity, for success and longevity of AIC, and for us so that we can practice the Buddha Dhamma and also walk in the path of Bodhisattva B.R. Ambedkar.
Okay, and then bảo tôi sao bấm móng sẽ tụi này hả? Okay, Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniyamata kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamecha. Sako uju cha suju cha subacho cha samedu anandimane. Santo sako cha subaro cha apakicho cha sallau kavuti. Santindriya cha nipaku cha apakapo kule swananakito. Nasya kutang chiyena pinyo kare upavadiyang. Sukhino vakemino hantu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata. Yeke chivana bhutati dasavata varava anavasesa. Dikava yevantava manjimarasaka nugatura. Dittava yeva ditta ye chadure vasanti abhinivre. Bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata. Naparo parang nikobeta nyati manye katachakinang kanchi. Biaru sana patika sanya nanya manya saduka mechiya. Mata yata niyam buddha yusale prabhuddha manurake. Evam Vibhuti sumanu sambhadiye parimanam.
Puntan cha sampadang avirang asupatang tintang charang nisinno vasayano yagata savigadamino etang sating aditya brahmavedang viharang vidumavu dikting cha anupagam siddhavadasanena sampanno kami suvinaya gidang naijatu garbhasiyam punariti. Say sadhu, sadhu everyone. Okay, so anyway, so this is what we conclude our the beginning, the giving blessing. If you need to talk for meditation, stress, anxiety, anything you may concern, you're always welcome to our AIC. This is the center for everyone. I'm here all the time. Well, not all the time, except I'm sleeping or relaxing or I'm cooking. So you can reach me out. Details, everything there. And if you have a time, behind this walking trail, almost a mile walking trail, very beautiful space. There are meditation space, also 6-7 space, and also the hammock for relaxation, Zen tea garden area, also everything's behind. It's very beautiful. A small Buddha garden also, you may like it. If it's not rain, you can go ahead walk around also. And thank you so much. Okay, you have all our blessing now. You can continue now. Okay. Okay.
This time, I would like to invite Gaurav Patania, and thank you very much, Banteji. And you may. Mahesh Vasu, can you please escort?
Chalo.
Okay.
अच्छा वो चेयर चेयर का प्रॉब्लम है ये इससे पिलर का चेयर तो नीचे
Let's move on. And I'd like to invite Gaurav Patania. Gaurav, please be on stage so that we can have a panel discussion on South Asian diaspora and rise of global Ambedkarism. I also would like to remind that at 12 o'clock we'll be unveiling the statue. After unveiling of the statue, we'll be moving to Grace Event Center. Rest of the program will be done at that venue. Gaurav, please.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Thank you, Mahesh, and welcome everyone again. Welcome to our new home, AIC, where we are having creating a new space for our Ambedkar. Let me thank everyone for coming, driving all the way from different parts of the country. I want to thank all of you, each one of you, all the AIC members on behalf of AIC family we call, and I welcome you to this historic event, which is the 11th annual program of AIC, and it started in 2012, and now in 10 years we have made this a joint project. So now let me, as we are remembering our Baba Sahib, I also want to thank all those people who came and also who were not able to make it here. One of our guiding force. Silence, please. Okay. Now let me name those people who could not make it. One of our very important guiding force, Professor Vivek Kumar from JNU Delhi. He was supposed to come and he could not come, but he sent his warm wishes to us and he's here with us. And There are so many other people. The list is long, but I just want to thank each one who are here or not here with us, but they are here with us in their wishes. So let me call on stage some of our. We are honoring today many of these members of our family. So some are new members, some are older members. Let me start with one of our sister of our movement, Saraswati Natraveri Saraswati. Saraswati, can we hear? Oh, okay. Okay, she's coming. So now let me call another member and let's give him a big round of applause. Dr. Jeremy Rinker from University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Dr. Jeremy Rinker has been studying our movement in Maharashtra and he's been making all these new theories and concepts using Ambedkar's studies, and a very vocal voice in academia, has been doing some projects. He will contact you regarding his project. He's been studying us, so it's a great honor. Another person I have, a new member in the family, Professor Malini Ranganathan from American University, Washington DC. Malini is a political geographer studying ecology and right now working on her book on caste, and you will see her work soon. But she has worked on the area of capitalism and caste. So this is welcome Malini. Let's give her a big applause. And Saraswati is here now.
I'm back,
Yeah.
everybody.
So Saraswati is back. Malini. So some of us are meeting for the first time. Okay. So Malini, please have a seat. And Saraswati. So Saraswati is a newly mother and has a lot of responsibility, but I say we're all with her in all her struggles. Okay. Now the other person we have a new member in our family, Professor Dr. Pareen Somani, and she came all the way from UK. And Pareen, welcome. Welcome, Pareen. Welcome. Okay, so we will have a conversation with them and learn about their work and see what is going on in academia about our movement. How are we linking this whole struggle with that? But I know that so many people are still coming, and also I request you to keep the decorum and maintain a silence. We have to hear them and hear them loud. And this is so. Let me. So while I was driving this morning to this place, and I was hosting my friend Ashok Das from Dalit Dastak, who is with us. So I could not resist writing, because this is such a beautiful, such a historic event. And as a poet, I could not resist writing one line for today's event. So may I say that? May I recite that? Okay. So now think of that, how beautifully we are all dressed and gracing this occasion, and where have we come from? I mean, I have met many of the senior Ambedkarites and understood their struggle for justice, their struggle to survive, and that is what actually makes us Ambedkarite, that we are always here to struggling for dignity. Let me just, so I apologize that it is in Hindi, just 2 lines, but okay, so then someone can translate. Okay, Paji, let me do that. Okay, so it goes like this. कि अभी तुमने हमारे जुनून की इंतहा देखी कहाँ है? अभी तुमने हमारे जुनून की इंतहा देखी कहाँ है? अभी तो विचारों में उन्वान है, अभी तो किस्सों में जवानी है। अभी तो विचारों में उन्वान है, अभी तो किस्सों में जवानी है। और ये जो बरस रहा है आसमान से, और ये जो बरस रहा है आसमान से, तुम्हें लगता है पानी है, तुम्हें लगता है पानी है, कभी हमारे यहाँ आओ, हमारे आंसुओं को छूकर देखो, पानी के लिए सदियों से लड़ी इस लड़ाई की ये कहानी है। तो इसी के साथ दूसरी लाइन भी सुना दोगे? सो सो एक बार और, हाँ, तो ये जो बरस रहा है आसमान से, तुम्हें लगता है ये पानी है, कभी आओ हमारे यहाँ, हमारे आंसुओं को छूकर देखो, पानी के लिए सदियों से लड़ी इस लड़ाई की ये कहानी है। और ये इतनी खूबसूरती से तराशे हुए पत्थर में, इतनी खूबसूरती से तराशे हुए इस पत्थर में ये जो आदमी चश्मे पहने खड़ा है, इतनी खूबसूरती से तराशे हुए इस पत्थर में ये आदमी जो चश्मे पहने खड़ा है, इसका एक एक इंच हमारे जिंदा होने की निशानी है। Okay, thank you all. Well, with that, let me start with all our panelists, and let me start with some of the question I'm going to ask them. So here we are today trying to understand the Ambedkarite movement in the US and all around. Okay, sorry, it is working. Okay. So now let me start with our one of our senior researcher here, Professor Jeremy Rinker. So Jeremy has been studying Jeremy, would you like to also tell a little bit about your work and what you gain, and how you now imagine the movement you have been studying for past almost 15 years now? So I want to hear from you, how do you envision the Ambedkarite movement in India and here? This is a global, how do you map this global movement? Jeremy.
And I apologize, my throat is a little bad from a cold that I'm getting over. So, Jai Din, everyone, and thank you. Is it working? Hello.
Yeah.
It's better. So that's
also better just to be close.
To be close. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a huge question to ask. Thank you for inviting me to this, and thank you all for this wonderful symbolic day of unveiling Babasaya in front of us. I think this will be a great signpost for many years to come. I would say, so I'll first say a little bit about who I am. Some of you may know me, some of you don't. I teach at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, in the Department of Peace and Conflict Studies. And so I've always been interested in the conflicts over past, like trying to understand how we can bring parties together to dialogue about issues that are affecting them, in particular issues revolving around past. So I've been studying past in the U.S. and India. I was just on a Fulbright in India for the last 4 months, returned for a journey from Symbiosis University back to my university. And one of those experiences, I would say to talk louder. So in those experiences, I would say that the thing that I've noticed the most is the passion, and the passion in your words just now reminds me of the energy of this movement and the presence of us being here. In my field, we often talk about praxis, theory informed practice, and practice informed theory. And so I would argue that we very much have theoretical and practical elements of social movement, of Ambedkarite movement, that we can bring together to push this movement to a more global perspective. Unfortunately, I think the movement sometimes operates in the U.S. and India kind of differently. There are things happening here that people there don't understand, and there are things happening there that people here don't understand. So my call would be to push for an understanding of the dynamics of praxis, and practice together.
No, thank you, Jeremy. That's a good. And I will get back to you on what is this difference that you see. Okay, I'll get back to you. But now, the Saraswati, and you know, Saraswati has been part of our AIC family since beginning. So Saraswati is about to complete her PhD from the University of Maryland. Woo-hoo! So her dissertation focused on how caste context impacts local conflict, women's work and children's education. And she was a Fulbright fellow in 2018-19 in Andhra. So Saraswati, how do you, as a younger scholar, look at this movement that you have been closely associated through your family?
Thank you for that question. So my research is on specifically looking at how Dalit women are impacted in India, but my lived experience is as a Dalit woman in the US in the Ambedkarite movement, right? So I, like Jeremy, have sort of two different views of what I see going forward. And yeah, so I guess really for the US movement, what I see as being the most impactful thing for ourselves is to really do strong community building within the movement. So learn to be really cohesive, make sure we're supporting each other so that if our movement here is strong among ourselves, if our community here is strong among ourselves, then we can be a better resource for all our brothers and sisters back in India and around the globe who are of oppressed categories, right? Any sort of oppression is what we fight against. And so if we build a strong community, really good trust building, good activities like this that bring us together, that remind us of who we are, that center our focus on our mission again, you know, because all of us have life struggles. We're trying to buy houses, we're trying to raise our kids, we're trying to do various things, but we need events like this and we need community building like this to center us again and refocus us, and that'll make us a better resource for our folks back in India and our folks and allies here in the US as well. So that brings me to my sort of second point. We really need to focus on allyship and building allyship across other oppressed categories in the US and globally, because I think when you build those coalitions is when you can learn from each other, like building coalitions with the Black movement here, with the LGBTQ movement here, with other oppressed group movements across the globe. That is really key for us. And I think that's the role that I see going forward, you know? This AIC event and unveiling of the statue and building of the center is going to be a way for us to center our activities geographically and be a focal point, which we can then use to leverage our community and really do the hard work and the work that we need to do to bring others from our families, our extended families, our broader, you know, community out of poverty back in India. And so that brings me to my research. What I've done in my research, I basically went to villages and I made sure that they were at least 30-40 kilometers outside of major cities. And that is where the real caste issue problems are. The real struggle is there. And they sometimes don't even have anyone to reach out to. So I think that's where we need to go. That's like the next step. Once we build a strong community here, we need to reach out to those far-flung areas, the rural areas, where people are facing the real, upfront, in-your-face, sit-on-the-ground type of oppression. And I think that's the next step for us. We need to be able to reach there.
Yeah, thank you, Saraswati. That's how many of us have seen those realities in India and made it to here. So we are here better understanding to what is going on in India, and actually what you just said. But when you work in a movement, Saraswati made a very interesting point that, you know, what I really like and I want to emphasize upon, that there is movement is all about trust building. See, all of you came here, many of you have not even communicated with AIC or any, but you are here because there is a trust that you are all going to meet and get benefited, and will meet all other fellows. So there is a strong trust building that all our organizations are doing. And whenever there is a breach of that trust, then movements fall apart. And that's also part of the movement. But trust building is one of the things. That trust building is part of the community building. That's how community are built. Now, I want to shift attention a little bit to Malini, who has been doing a very conceptual work around the idea of capitalism and now linking it with caste. And not only that, she's been an activist who has been protesting, and I met her actually recently in Washington DC when we were protesting recently on something. Okay, so Malini, I wanted to just link it. How is your work linking or addressing the issues of caste? Because when you study India, you can't actually think of not talking about caste because it's a part of the structure. So how is your scholarship address the issues of caste?
Thank you so much, Gaurav-ji. Jai Bhim, everyone. Jai Pure. Jai Periyar. Cool Johar. It's so wonderful to be with all of you today, and thank you so much to the Ambedkar International Center for organizing. So to answer Gaurav's question, what I'm interested in doing is really bringing together analyses of caste and race, and to try to learn what can we draw from both the anti-caste tradition, the critical caste studies, as well as critical race studies, to really analyze how these hierarchies are produced, even in the so-called modern world. So my research is based in urban India, particularly in Bangalore, and looking at how caste urbanizes, especially through land markets, and how activists there, Dalit activists working with other kinds of labor, sanitation worker activists are fighting land grabs in a context of rapid urbanism, of rapid capital flows, of increased inequality, especially to do with land and housing. But bringing that now to bear on the global Ambedkar movement, as was just said, I think the beauty of the Ambedkar movement is that it adapts to try to build empathy and solidarity with the struggles of the people where the movement is happening. So, for instance, in California, as you might have read in the news, and this is where analyses of caste and race are so interesting and they really shed new light. You have Sikh Punjabi farmers coming together with Mexican workers using the framework of casta and caste to understand shared forms of oppression across race and caste. And to me, we must pay attention to these kinds of solidarities, the deployments of language across various contexts to further bring out the Ambedkar movement. And I think the trajectory of the global Ambedkar movement. I just also want to add that as we build the future of the movement, we should not lose sight of the rich history of the movement internationally. So in 1994, for instance, there was the first international Dalit conference held in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, at which Kanshi Ram Sahib was present and gave a speech. There are older histories, of course, of the international of the movement. So I would urge all of us to read on these histories, to tell these untold stories, to think about how to build these bridges across different forms of difference that was just said in the earlier comments, and to continue that project.
Thank you, Gaurav. Yeah, so building coalition, building different associations, and I think which you all experience, I can give you a best example that when we won Seattle, and I say the victory of Seattle was not possible just with ourselves. It was so much support of all our fellow beings from the black community, the white community, Jewish community. We had the great support of our Dalit Sikh people, Ramdasya Sikh people, and we had so many other communities coming together, and that's what made these things possible. So this is what we want to remember that. And this statue today is also part of that solidarity, that each one of you from different organizations and different ethnicities are coming together here and celebrating this. So, and if I remind our history, that it is all started by by Dr. Ambedkar, because you know that how he started his alliance. He started his alliance through W.B. Du Bois and the whole black movement and all the professors that you have seen in his list. And that is what was making Ambedkar a global movement. I want to come back to that what makes it global. But let me also hear a little bit from our guest, a new member, Parin Samani, Professor Parin Samani. She has been doing amazing work in the area of human rights and especially on women's rights and women issues. So, Parin, how do you link your work with the issues of Dalits in India or around the world?
First of all, I would like to say, Jai Bhim. आपको सबको हमारा good morning to each and everyone. I would like to say a big thank you to Mahendra ji, Gaurav ji, Gautam ji, and Nakul ji who have connected me to this group of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. It's my privilege and my honor to be with you all.
Let's give her a big hand. Hey.
Thank you.
Just a quick announcement. There is a SUV Prop 7751 blue color that needs to be removed. Can you please, whoever it is, can you do that quickly? Oh, sorry, please. Go back.
It's my privilege to be with all of you today. And when I'm looking at all this crowd here, that's even giving me more inspiration that I am a newcomer, yes, but since I know about the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he has got so much knowledge which I was not aware of myself. I have not done a PhD like you guys have done about it, but I can tell you that my inspirational guru was Aga Khan, Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the Mother Teresa, and now Dr. Ambedkar has given me inspiration that I'm writing a book on him. I'm a researcher and I have written 19 books, and I think this is something which has given me new way of looking at it. Okay, yes, I have learned so much from him since I have met the community of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. That has given me new hope in the field of education. You're absolutely right. My work so much resonates with Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar in the field of education, in the field of women empowerment and youth development. About the injustice and equality about the women, which I have been fighting and been working on it for more than 35 decades. However, I have to say back to you, I have traveled more than 117 countries around the world. And in that one, my main motto is that I'm going to help the society. But I will not help the society on my own. I need people like you who can support me. So the inspiration work, the humanity work that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is doing, that helps me to motivate others and to inspire others. There are a lot of things we can talk about it, but I think we don't have much time, so we will make it cut it short. But I would say that trust me, we are here to learn. Each and everybody sitting down here are beautiful. Your soul is beautiful. You have a power to change the world. You have a power to inspire the society. That's why you guys have all come far away, just like me. I have come from London. I'm sure each and everybody who is here has made a remarkable, important time to come to this international event today, to the unveiling of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Parin. Thank you. Yay. Thank you. So I'm going back to Jeremy now. Jeremy, you pointed out one very interesting through his research. He looks at the Indian struggle of Dalits is kind of maybe objectively different than the US struggle. What are the differences do you find? Can you lay that out?
Thank you. Sorry, my voice is just not here today. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I want to go back to actually shift your question a little bit more and go back to the idea of solidarity. That solidarity between the all of the speakers have talked about. I start to see that happening in the Valley movement here, or the Ambedkarite movement here in North America. But yet I don't see that. And I'd like to see that. So watching what I was doing in the Fulbright that I was on at Symbiosis was trying to bring together people from higher caste communities with lower caste communities to have that dialogue. There's a real dialogue happening between these communities. I'll take students from Symbiosis to the Arista Center, from the TVSG, and other places, the Ambedkar Museum, at the SP Road campus, which is not the campus I was on, to have dialogues with Ambedkar scholars and students. And their experience of my symbiosis students are predominantly high caste is so different from the experience of your community. We're trying to put those two together to understand each other's experience. I think is really important to helping build that solidarity. So that's one of the difference I see in the U.S. versus the Indian kind of social movements around Ambedkarism. And I'd like to see more of that collaboration, dialogue, solidarity building happening back in Homeland.
Great, thank you. Well, now you see there is one important thing to highlight, so the voice is not coming through. So, very important thing about our movement that in India, Germany is finding that we don't have that kind of solidarity that we have here. And so this is our duty now, because we are privileged here. We are the privileged class here. We have to help our people and bring solidarity in India, and that's the only way to do it. Now, Chastity, how can we build this solidarity in India? You've been working there.
Thank you, Tara. So from what I saw, so my research looked at 4 different field sites, 2 in UP and 2 in southern India, in Telangana and Andhra. And those are just sort of samples, and now I'm sort of broadening that study with the more all India data to try to figure out so what's happening and what can we do and what role can we play. So what I see is our strength here, as Gaurav said, is that we have people from all over India who are part of this movement here. So if we build a strong community here, if we make those connections here, then whatever we come up with, either if it's aid, or if it's idea generation, or if it's some way to, reach back out and scholarships, different programs, whatever we come up with here, we can then use the fact that we come from all across India to help build a all across India type of coalition in India, right? So each of us has connections to our home state, our home language. I speak Telugu. I'm not great at Hindi, but I know many of you are. Many of you are great at Marathi, Bengali, Punjabi, all these different languages. I think if we come up with ideas here and originate a plan of action here, we can use the fact that we have a strong, multilingual, broader Indian community here to make a more multilingual, broader Ambedkarite movement in India. So I think that is key, and I think that's what we need to work toward.
Thank you, Sakshi. So we have only 2 minutes left. Let me also let's see how, I'm saying that, it's कहते हैं हिंदी में प्रेम बरस रहे हैं आज तो आज तो but you see how beautiful it is that we are unveiling his statue and his rain is pouring down and it's almost so emotional. It reminds me, those who have not read, if you ever want to read the very interesting thing about Ambedkar's personal life, the last book which he could not publish called Waiting for a Visa. If you read that story, very tiny, very brief story, and there he is saying that he he had all the food when he's traveling with his family, and all the way he's going to meet with his father, meeting his father, with his mother and his brother. They had all the sumptuous meal with them, but there was no water given to them, And today we are experiencing this and how. And let me also cite with this historic event, 1927, 28th March, when Ambedkar led the Mahan Satyagraha for the right of water. I'm just reading one line, what Baba Sahib said. He said, and that's a message to us. He said, it is not that as is drinking the waters of the Chavdar lake will make us immortal. We have survived well enough all these days without drinking it. We are not going to the Chavdar lake merely to drink its water. We are going to the lake to assert that we too are human beings like others. It must be clear that this meeting has been called to set up the norm of equality. And now, 100 years later, we are inaugurating his statue of equality. And that makes I give you all of you all the best wishes and all the very best. Namo Buddhaya, Jai Bhim, and we will see you again. And it's a struggle. It's not the movement just of Ambedkar history. It's a whole history from Buddha to Kabir, Sant Raidas, Baba Nanak, and Ambedkar, Sant Gadagir, and all those people that you can think of around us. This is the movement of hope. And I want that 10 years down the line, when if the AIC, this statue should be as popular, it should be part of our legacy, that as people go to Diksha Bhumi Nagpur, people would come here to visit, see the statue. So this is it. So thank you all, thank you all everyone. Let's leave with that a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
It was great.
Hey guys, live for past 3 hours. I have a song. Hope you enjoy.
Well, please, if you don't have controls, please select us. Yeah, and then we're walking up, so please take the ground is slippery. So make sure you put your foot.
ये ना AIC official के इसको live करके
Not carefully, please.
can you help me इसको पढ़ के रखना we make sorry I didn't mean to cut off your feed.
Once again, I would like to reiterate that soon after unveiling of the statue, which will go on, we are going to continue the program in Legacy Event Center. And that is at 4045 Renner Road, London, Maryland. After unveiling of the event, we will move over to Grace's Event Center at 4045 Renner Road, London, Maryland. All of you, if you have not collected your ponchos, please collect your ponchos. And once we is out in the Grace's hall, not here. And also, again, this is a repeat of the announcement. The vehicle with the number 7751 that has been parked in private property, please remove it or move it before it gets towed. Whoever this vehicle is, the vehicle color is blue, I guess. The number of the vehicle is 7751 that has been parked in the private property before it gets towed.
किससे नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम किस रख रहा है? ये तो ग्रेस वाला जी किधर पूरा हमारा जी
At this time, I would like to request everyone to with your ponchos on and your umbrella, please assemble in front of the statue. And at this point, I would like to invite Ram Kumar ji.
हाँ so ये बताओ इसको वीडियो को दस
Oh, it's already connected actually. Do we need to have the speaker like unveiling? So you can
Get your umbrella from Mount and move over in front of the statue, please.
So you keep it here somewhere. Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Entire group is listening. Alrighty.
I'll keep announcing. Please assemble in front of the statue. The unveiling ceremony is about to begin. Get your umbrellas. It's very easy. Be careful.
As you can see, it's raining. The weather it's raining, it's cold outside, but our spirits are warm. We're going to be here at the inauguration. Excuse me. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Take it.